Hi, beautiful goddesses. This is Anastasia, talking about all things feminine energy. And a lot of you might be asking yourselves how to tap into the wild woman. What is the wild woman practice? What do I need to do to connect with her? And there are some couple of really simple ways that I personally experienced to connect with my wild woman, which I could share with you guys. They're not limited to those methods, but there's definitely other ones too, but this is the ones that I experienced, and I know they work because they work for me. And I couldn't be further from my wild woman before, but now I'm connected to her, and she's giving me so much, so much. But anyways, so the first thing I would say is to start working with your feelings, because your feelings are valid. Everything that you're feeling is true, valid, has merit, and is telling you something. It's communicating with you. So the rough part about it is the feelings sometimes are really, really heavy to experience, right? There's shame, there's guilt, there's sadness, loneliness, all those feelings. And the idea is to start feeling them, and when they're felt sufficiently, they leave the body, they go away, which is kind of cool. This method was taught to me by a meditation teacher that I think I attended a meditation webinar or retreat, a meditation retreat, maybe 3 years ago or so, or more, where I was taught to sit in the meditation, close my eyes, and feel the feelings. Whatever is coming up, you feel it. You don't choose it. You don't, The only thing you can do with that feeling is when it comes up, feel it, where it is, what kind of feeling it is, maybe naming that feeling. It's especially practical for those who sometimes feel numb and they don't know what they're feeling. But the feelings are there. Once you sit in silence and sit for long enough, that the feelings will start coming up. They will. So working with the feelings is number one. Then working with your inner child, either through maybe hypnosis or a therapist, or honestly, there are so many free resources on inner child work. If you just type on YouTube inner child work and then do the one that kind of resonates with you. I personally would recommend Marissa Peer. I think I recommended her in the other video. She's a therapist, and she has, I think, free meditations online how to work with the inner child. There is also Ariane Samui. Who else? I think those are two main ones that are really good. But in any case, inner child work, this is actually where my wild woman came in. And like I was saying in the other video, the therapist actually pointed her out, and she said, "Oh, there she is." And I was like, what? I didn't even understand what she said. I was like, I don't get it. She's like, "That's your divine feminine. She's here." And I didn't know what to do, what to say. It was like, I don't know, it's a magical experience. So anyway, inner child work by yourself or with a therapist, whatever you can get your hands on, it's all available. Very, very important. Why is it important? A quick side note. Why is it important? Because as long as you're playing the character of you will be stuck in that character. So the idea is to drop that character, to drop that mask, so your inner true woman can come out and play. This is basically the point of inner child work in the space of divine feminine. You basically letting her, you heal the inner child so that the real divine feminine can come out and show you the life, show you the real life. So we did meditation, we did feeling the feelings, we did the inner child. Then it is very useful to have some sort of a feminine practice, and it's different for everybody. For example, a lot of embodiment coaches, they recommend moving to the music and just on all fours and just feeling the music, feeling the feelings and moving them through the body. Remember, we as women are, as feminine essence being, we're channeling, so we're letting things move through us so they don't get stuck and, cause any harm. So that's the point. And any movement and touching practices, experience, you can also find that for yourself, whatever that is. An embodiment practice of some sort is definitely very, very practical. And lastly, I would say, there's so many, but those are like the big main ones that without them, I don't really know how to tap into the wild woman, but maybe there are some other ways, I don't know, but those are the big ones. And the last thing I'm going to mention is the dance. And the type of the dance that actually speaks to you is really going to bring out that woman, because feminine energy is movement. It's ever moving, ever changing. When we feel so sad and so bad when we feel stuck, right? It's because it's against our nature. We as women, we have to move. We have to move through things, and feeling stagnant is really, really tough for us. And dance and movement is something that can move that life force around, and that under that movement umbrella you have so many types of movement, right? Exercise, fitness, and all those things, super important. But I think dancing for a woman is a magical, mystical experience where her wild woman is feeling safe enough to come out and play. There are so many types of dance, and I've been exploring quite a few, and I like them all. So you can do, salsa is really good for, especially if you want to practice that kind of, wisdom of relationship and just find out how it feels to be led and how it feels to be a follower and all those things. So tango, salsa, bachata, all those things are great. Flamenco, I tried dancing flamenco, is really, really good experience, really powerful, because it includes a little bit of a tap dance, so it's really beautiful experience. There is any something in my eye. There's other types of dance, such as belly dancing. I think it's one of the most magical and sensual and just so wild. I love belly dancing. That's like on my to-do list for sure. Just watching it makes me just makes me wake up immediately and call my wild woman. There is, if you type in Google after hours heel dance, it's basically like dancing in heels. It's very sexy, very sensual. You have that, you have pole dancing, you have any African dance is amazing. I would say any tribal dance is cool, the Hawaiian dance and everything. It's just so beautiful because you move the hips in such a way that moves that sacral chakra, and that just moves that energy around and help your wild woman feel safe to come out. It's just the dance you're going to choose has to be the dance that speaks to you and calls something in you. There is just something about that. It has to be very pleasurable. You have to like it. That's the point of feminine, because we enjoy, we have fun, right? So if you want to start tapping into your wild woman, I recommend just starting experimenting all those recommendations and see what fits, what feels good, and just what feels good, what is calling your name, what is really something you want to do. That's kind of the big question. What is something you really, really called to do? And I hope this helps, and I hope you get to meet your wild woman really soon. Bye.